Hello everyone, I am C. Subramanian working in CSIR National Metallurgical Laboratory Jamshedpur, India. I am presenting a paper on titled Analysis of Crack Tip Constraint due to V and U side grooves in CT specimens. My co-authors are Dr. S. Shivaprasad, who is also associated with the CSIR National Metallurgical Laboratory Jamshedpur, and Professor Dr. Raghu V. Prakash from Indian Institute of Technology, Madras. Fracture toughness is defined as a measure of material resistance to extension of an existing crack. Standards such as ASTM E399 and E1820 are developed to quantify fracture toughness at a laboratory level. Fracture parameters G, strain energy release rate, K, stress intensity factor, elastic plastic parameter J and CTOD are generally used. The effect of thickness of test specimen on fracture toughness is presented here. The stable K1C or J1C is determined at thick specimen condition, that is plane strain. At plane stress condition, the fracture toughness is always higher. ASTM recommends crack length, thickness and remaining ligament recommend at instability condition is equal to greater than 100 J1C per yield stress, whereas Anderson recommended 200 J1C per yield stress, but SK Kudari based on his FEM work recommended 400 J1C per yield stress, which is higher than ASTM recommendation. This shows how thickness affects fracture toughness. In continuation of previous slide, SK Kudari in his work presented variation of plastic zone size with respect to various specimen geometries. He also presented how different A by W ratios affects the plastic zone size in same type of specimen. This shows that the form of the plastic zone ahead of a crack tip is significantly governed by the specimen geometry. As specimen geometries governs the plastic zone size at crack tip, so as crack driving force. Based on fracture toughness, different specimen geometries are arranged. The constraint level of specimens are quantified in different parameters. Based on literature, it is understood that the specimens with shallow crack tip, small in size, particularly thickness, shows loss of constraint and low hoop stress at crack tip, whereas the specimen with a deep crack depth, large in size, particularly thickness, shows high constraint condition and high crack opening stress at crack tip. Methods for crack tip field analysis are presented here. Apart from K and J, T, Q, A2 are used as in-plane parameters to determine the constraint level of the test geometries, whereas T, Z and H are used to determine the out-of-plane constraint conditions. In this work, a full CT specimen geometry is chosen with the thickness 20 and it is pre-cracked up to A by W 0.5. V and U groove with 20% reduced thickness is also taken for the analysis. The angle of V groove is 45 degree and U groove is 0 degree. Notch radius for both grooves is 0.5 mm. In this work, we studied the effect of side grooves in crack tip constraint and compared U and V groove geometries. Methodology of study is as follows. Selection of material, Ramber-Osgood parameters, alpha and n calculation from tensile test data and its calibration, small scale yielding analysis, 2D and 3D simulation using Abaqus, crack tip field data analysis and conclusions. Three constraint parameters are used in this study. The in-plane Q constraint is calculated from the mid-plane hoop stress at theta equal to 0 degree and R equal to 2 into CTOD and is normalized with yield stress. Out-of-plane constraint TZ is calculated from stress at thickness direction, which is normalized by addition of stresses from X and Y directions, and parameter H is the ratio of hydrostatic stress and von Mises stress. The material used in this work is SA333 grade 6 carbon manganese steel, which is used for primary heat transport pipes in nuclear power plant. Microstructure is ferrite pierlite bands oriented in the direction of the pipe axis. Tensile specimen with 6 mm gauge dia is prepared with their loading axis parallel to the pipe axis. The Ramber-Osgood plasticity model is used in this work. RO parameters alpha and n are determined from true stress, true strain plot and are calibrated using Abaqus FEM analysis. Young's modulus 210 GPa and Poisson's ratio 0.3 are taken for FEM study. To contain the plastic zone within the elastic zone, ratio of R by Rp greater than 10 is used in this modified boundary layer model. 0.2 micron crack tip radius is applied. The perimeter of the semicircle is divided into 50 division and displacements are applied in all nodes in x and y directions as per the equations below, where k is the stress intensity factor, r is the radius of the semicircle, theta measures counterclockwise angle, T stress is taken as 0. 8-noded plane strain element is applied in the analysis. Contour integral is applied to determine crack driving force. Hoop stress is plotted by containing equivalent plastic strain within R by CTOD equal to 1. The stress at a small scale yielding is calculated at R by CTOD equal to 2. 2D and 3D models of CT specimens are shown here. In 3D analysis, 1/4 of the specimen geometry with Y and Z symmetry is used. Plane strain and plane stress elements are used in 2D analysis and 8-noded linear brick element is used for 3D analysis. Meshes around crack tip region are structured and kept smaller in size. Here shown that structured mesh is provided around side groove radius to get the output precise. Stress at y direction with respect to R by CTOD is shown here. In this plot, it is understood that plane specimen experiences more stress at crack tip than side grooved specimens. V groove condition shows better stress condition than U groove condition. Also observed, stress condition of plane stress is lowest and plane strain is higher but lesser than small scale yield condition. Stress at y direction along off thickness is presented here. Uniform stress at 50% of the specimen is observed. At surface, plane specimen shows lower hoop stress than middle, whereas side groove specimen shows higher. Hoop stress distribution at the surface of the specimen is shown here. From the isometric view, the stress distribution is spreading higher of crack tip at the groove surface. This may guide the crack to grow parallel to the crack surface and also will guide the crack to fail in plane strain condition. That spread is more in V groove than U groove surface and no such spread is found in the plane specimen. Stress at thickness direction is also follows the same trend as seen in hoop stress. As compared to middle of the thickness, equivalent plastic strain is found lower at the surface of plane specimen. V groove specimen shows more strain at the surface than U groove specimen. Hence, it is very well observed that the provision of side grooves increase the strain at the crack tip, which may guide the crack advancement. CTOD shows the similar trend of stress and strain, but it is observed that CTOD value is uniform over 60% of the specimen thickness in the middle, and it is also observed more at the surface of side grooved specimen. Crack driving force J follows the same trend of CTOD. Compare with V groove specimen, J value of U groove specimen is lower. At this energy point of view, surface of side groove experiences more energy, which may also act as the catalyst to guide the crack till failure. The in-plane constraint parameter Q with respect to thickness shows the constraint level of V groove specimen is close to the plane specimen but more constrained than U groove specimen. Q constraint is high on the surface side than middle of the grooved specimens. Plane specimen shows slightly less constraint on the surface than middle. 50% of the thickness of grooved specimens shows uniform Q constraint at the middle. TZ, the out of constraint parameter, shows the same trend that of Q parameter. The constraint level of V groove specimen is close to the plane specimen, but U groove specimen shows more loss of constraint. The combined effect of hydrostatic stress and von Mises stress captures the wide constraint difference between V groove and plane specimen. Uniform constraint is maintained on 60% of the specimen thickness at plane and V groove geometries, but U groove specimen changes after 50%. Triaxial stresses are more at the surface of the side grooved specimens. Also, it is observed that the U groove specimen shows poor constraint level as compared to V groove specimen. Von Mises stress distribution at the side groove ends shows the triaxial stresses spread along the crack front, which may guide the crack to grow parallel to the crack plane. So, the conclusions of the work are: in side groove specimens, the crack driving force is experiencing more at the surface of the specimens due to high triaxial stresses observed. No groove specimen showed opposite behavior. Provision of side grooves increases the strain at crack tip, which resulted in loss of constraint at the surface of the side grooved specimens. Difference in constraint loss is captured better or more in constraint parameter H analysis as compared to Q and TZ. In side grooved specimens, uniform constraint is observed on about 50% of the thickness. In comparison, U groove specimen is found less constrained than V groove specimen. So, these are all the references related to this investigation. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.